As in the league, the Norwood-Port clash was traditional rivalry at its best. There was a good crowd, with the atmosphere building in the final quarter. But unlike in the league match, the Redlegs won by the smallest of margins. Best on ground for Norwood was centre-half forward Mac Bauer. A bottom ager, Mac is listed in the under-18 state squad, but missed out on selection this week. A tall marking forward, Mac played really well, kicking 3 goals and setting up a further 3. His ability to win and nullify contests when he's outnumbered is invaluable. Mac's an AIS scholarship holder and he's in the best 25 players for his age group in Australia. His goal in the final quarter was a match winner. Ruckman Blake Penny had an excellent day at the office. From the Tea Tree Gully Football Club, this is his second year rucking in the under-18s. Blake had an extraordinary total of 57 hitouts during the match, beating his previous record of 49. He was also effective around the ground with a total of 17 possessions. Josh Buttery did his best to get noticed on Saturday. From the Golden Grove Football Club, Josh is a strong midfielder, good at winning the contested ball, with excellent bodywork to boot. 8 goals up at the long break, Port coach Mark Clayton was at a loss to explain his team's turnaround in the second half. The opportunities were there, but they didn't capitalise. A frustrating end to the game, with the Magpies playing a completely different style of footy after the break. For Port, rover Travis McIntyre from the Salisbury West Football Club demonstrated an outstanding work rate. The courageous on-bowler had played all but one game this season and has turned the tables with this performance, earning the 17-year-old best on ground. Overager Matthew Reid is a solid leader. Using his voice well on the field, he stood up in the third quarter, working hard when the majority of his teammates had gone missing. With the highest stats count for the team, he was effective and accurate in his ball disposal. Newcomer Thomas Phelps is from the country zone and lives near Port Lincoln, playing for the Cummins Capini Football Club, and round 11 was his third appearance for the Magpies as a ruckman. He was beaten in the ruck, but nevertheless put in a strong game with a high work rate, not reflected in the stats. This was definitely a match of 2 halves. Down by 48 points at half-time, the Redlegs then outkicked Port by 7 majors in the third, the Magpies only scoring a point for the quarter. At the final siren, it was the Redlegs by just 1 point. Down at the Bay, Glenelg took on Sturt in a quick, fast-flowing game, the Tigers losing for the second time in as many weeks. The top 3 players for the Tigers were hard to split and just as good as each other. Nominated for best on ground, Tyler Baker played at half-back. The 19-year-old has come back from the reserves with a winning attitude. He's athletic and moves well, a balanced player with strength and a good pair of hands who has the ability to read the play. Every couple of weeks, Brad Merritt travels the 388 kilometres from Penola in the southeast to compete. A worthwhile expedition this week, he scored 5 straight for the Tigers. In what was easily his best game, he provided a good target up forward with a work rate that spanned from the goal square to the midfield. Vice-captain for Glenelg, Sean Keane, has been rewarded for his skills by playing in the reserves for the last couple of weeks. He has a competitive nature to his game, indicated by 31 possessions. When Sturt started to control the game, he was consistent in terms of effort and energy, and with gritted teeth he led by example, overpowering bigger players. This guy is certain to get another call up to the reserves. Josh Hone scored Sturt's best on-ground nomination for his determination on the ball. The 17-year-old from the Mount Lofty Football Club came up through the club's junior ranks. The small roving forward had an outstanding game, scoring 3 straight goals with a tackle count of 6, a team high for the round. 18-year-old Braden Darlitz is a River Murray boy who's strong on goal and a reliable contributor for the Double Blues. Braden's been playing well over the last month and his consistency continued for the first half of this match. In short, he was outstanding. But halfway through the third term, an awkward fall left Braden with 2 bad breaks to his arm. The fractures needed plates and he'll be out for the rest of the season. Another strong performer was Scott Biddle, who's just returned from a serious hamstring injury. Roving through the midfield and half forward, he's highly skilled and has an accurate kick, and he's good at getting rid of the ball. It was a close contest in the first half, but Sturt dominated in the second, in the end winning by 27 points. In the Eagles South Adelaide contest at Woodville Oval, it was a close affair for 3 quarters until the Eagles kicked away in the fourth. Jack Enright, son of former Eagles captain Bob Enright, was well deserving of the Eagles' best on ground for his performance. He's been playing well for the past month, bringing a strong game to the field each week. 18-year-old Jackson Press is from Smosh West Lakes. He's a good leading player, dangerous up forward, kicking 6 goals too from 12 shots on goal. He worked hard to get himself into good position, making the most of his opportunities and taking some strong marks. Isaiah Bloomson, better known as Izzy, is a first-year under-18 player from the Udunda Football Club. A quick, small player, he's very good defensively. Izzy played a creative game with consistent skills all day from the back half. Best on ground for the Panthers was Alexander Nicholson. The 18-year-old's in his first season at South Adelaide after playing his junior years at the Happy Valley Football Club. A competitive player in a one-on-one contest, Alexander dominated across centre-half back, winning his position throughout the game while keeping the Eagles quiet up forward. Tom Grouch was a notable player for South Adelaide at half-back, although his day didn't start out according to plan when he copped a cut to the lip in a first-quarter head clash. The injury needed stitches, but it didn't stop the tough defender, and Tom came back to see out the remainder of the game. Another first-year player for the Panthers, Lockie Hartshorn, is from Sacred Heart College. Lockie led the possession count with 22 kicks, 5 handballs and 7 marks for a total of 27 disposals. But it was never going to be enough to save South. In good conditions, the Eagles took the points, running out winners by 40. Halfway through the season, and North Adelaide have added another win to their tally in front of a Central's home crowd. North's Liam Jacker was nominated the Maccas Cup MVP for round 11 and also scored best on ground for his side. The talented left-footed winger has put in a solid performance all year. The 18-year-old's quick, pacey playing style allows him to push forward, racking up the possessions. Another high possession getter, Henry Trenorden, started his pre-season with the seniors and has had some match time with the reserves. Described by Roosters coach Tim Wetherald as damaging in the midfield, he's certainly determined, winning lots of the hard ball. Shane Faulkner's in his first year. Another left-footer, the half-back flanker, has slotted in well with the Roosters. He tries his best every round and he's improving every week. A good one-on-one defender, Shane doesn't usually feature high in the possession tally, so a total of 27 disposals is a fantastic effort. Well done, Shane. For the Bulldogs, Dion Dutchke from the Barossa zone is a second-year under-18 player. Dion plays on ball and through rotations he was swapped up forward. With a playing style identical to his brother Scott, who plays league for Centrals, Dion's hard at the footy, ferocious at a contest and throws his body into everything. With good leadership skills, Dion set a positive example on the field, and it's little wonder he was best on ground. Another Barossa player, Lockie Franz from Norwood, has played 3 games for Centrals this year and he's doing pretty well. 2 of those games he played at full back and received a best on ground for each game. A tall with a good mindset who understands the importance of his defensive role, Lockie was effective in disposal and spoiling the ball from the opposition. Connor McLean used to play for Kapunda, but now he's at Adelaide High. In his first year at this level, Connor traditionally takes on a forward role, but he spent the last 2 weeks as a key defender at centre-half back. He did his level best to get coach Matthew Craig his first win for the season, but in the end, North's winning streak continued. The Dogs only went down by 17 points to a Roosters team that still sits at the top of the under-18 ladder.